What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video, and this one was actually requested, but like I offered the request. And this is a swatch video for the ABH Norvina collection volume 3. This was the only one in the collection that I truly felt attached to, intrigued by, wanting to purchase. The other two, the first one was a more purple pink color scheme, and then the second one was a lot more cooler toned, and that one was the blue green kind of color scheme. This one is more earth toned, and that's why I wanted it, because I don't have very many kind of earth tony palettes. I'm just gonna come in so hopefully you guys can see. It isn't as dark overall as I was expecting, but it definitely is unique and it definitely is interesting. You guys wanted a swatch party or a swatching video. I don't even think I've touched it. I've touched one shadow because I was trying to do a look, and that was a catastrophe. Oh, I should record that look. Anyways, brain work. I'm here to swatch this. So if you are interested in seeing me swatch all of these if you are interested in seeing me swatch all of the shadows in this palette, then just keep watching. Okay guys, if you're wondering what's on my eyes, I actually just finished doing my 5 looks for the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell palette. This video may be coming up before that one. It just depends on my editing. You guys know how it goes, but they will both be coming up very, very soon. I did just swatch on that palette on this arm, so I'm going to start off with this arm for this swatching, and if I need another arm then I will go to my other side. But I just don't want to give you guys false hope, because I did just clean this off with a makeup wipe. So I'm going to do as I always do with my swatching. I'm going to go row by row by row. So I'm going to start off with A, B, C, D, and E. I will tell you guys the shade name or acronym, if you will, and yeah, I'll kind of give you a description if I can give you a description. So first we have A1, and in pan it looked to be like more of a lime green, but when swatching it, it looks to be more of a yellow, which just happens to have a lime green undertone. Next we have A2, which looks to be an actually very bright orange. Yeah, it looks to be a pretty bright orange. That's about all the description you got. Next we got A3. This looks to be more of like a camel light brown with a light, not a light, with a slight orange undertone. And it really comes out with the swatching of these 3 in a row, which is very interesting. We have 2 more in this row. We have A4, which is probably going to be more of a lime green. Yeah, this is going to be more of a lime green. And then lastly in this row, we have another orange. This one, okay, so this one's more of like a blood orange. So this one has more of a redder undertone. And it is darker than the previous 2 kind of orangey-ish shades that I swatched in this row. Next we have B1, which is the first shimmer or metallic that I'm swatching from this palette, and it is an icy blue, beautiful inner corner shade. And yeah, it's nice. Next we have B2, which looks to be kind of like a, I wouldn't say turquoise. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a green with a blue undertone. That's what I'm going to do, because your girl doesn't know color names like that. It's a green with a blue undertone, in my opinion. Okay, next we have B3, and this is like a hot pink. It's not necessarily bright, but it's like a hot pink color. That would be a really pretty color combination right there. Then we have a purple, and this is a pretty true purple. No fuss, no muss. I like it. All right, lastly in this second row, we have another brownie looking shade. And this one to me looks more brown, but actually has like a peachy, if not a slight pink undertone to it, which is very interesting. So far, I'm very intrigued because you get these different colored browns, but they have different undertones to actually work with the row that it's put in. Although a lot of people are giving Norvina crap, I mean, this palette is looking so far to be very thought out color scheme wise. Okay, now we're gonna go into the C row and we're gonna do another shimmer. This one is feeling just as smooth as the previous one, and this one has glitter. So this is like, I would say like a bronze with silver glitter. It's very, very pretty, very pretty. Next we have what looks to be a pretty true red. And yeah, I would stick with that decision. It is a pretty true red shimmer, or red matte, I'm sorry, not a shimmer. Then we have C3, which is another brown. This is definitely a deeper brown than all the other ones. And it looks like it has like a, was that my hand? Hold on. We're gonna unswatch that and we're gonna start again because I did have that red on that finger. I thought I got it off, but just how much red came off in that swatch? No, that's the color. Okay, so I thought this was a brown, and it is, but it definitely has a very warm undertone, like low-key a red undertone to me. It's a very, very red undertone. Okay, C4 is another purple shade. This is definitely a deeper purple than the last, and this once again has a very warm undertone, almost purple in nature, or red in nature. Alrighty, and last shade in this row is another shimmer or metallic, and this one is C5. This is as smooth as the previous two. And this is a beauty as well. This is like a green with kind of gold and blue in it as well. Very, very pretty color scheme. So this is the top 3 rows from this palette. I am just going to go ahead and switch over to this arm just so that we can just have it even, if you will. And yeah, we're going to start off with D. Oops. Trying not to get this on my clothes or my chair. That's not working out. Okay, D1, which in pan looks to be a brown, but your girl ain't fooled no more, okay? I'm not taking chances. So what is this really? This looks to be another brown with like a pinky undertone. Pinky peachy undertone. Then we have D2. D2 looks to be like a, I would say a bronze with a warm undertone. It also looks to have some glitter in there as well. It looks to have like bronzy golden glitter in there. D3 is another kind of lime shade. I think it's deeper than the lime that we swatched from the first row. But yeah, it is definitely a deeper one. I would say this is honestly leaning more towards like grass green than lime green, but it's still a very, very pretty color. D4 does not feel like any of the metallics or shimmers. This looks and feels more like a satin. Yeah, I think it is. D4 is like an orangey satin, which is an interesting add-in to this palette. D5, which is the last in this 4th row, is back on that metallic stint, and this is pretty much honestly identical to D2. What is the difference? I don't really see a huge difference between D5 and D2, to be quite honest. If you guys can, you tell me, because I don't see a difference. Then we have E1, which this is definitely a true grass green, like, and this is going to be the deepest green in this palette. Very, very pretty green right there. And then we have E2, which looks like a really dark burgundy. Is that the color? Is that what it is? I don't know. You guys, I'm terrible with like names of colors. I can describe a color, but the name, child, couldn't tell you even if I tried. And I've been trying. All right. E3 is another orange. I would say out of the three kind of matte oranges, this is the mid-tone of the three. It definitely is not the darkest. The darkest was definitely on that top row because, yeah, it was darker and it had like a redder undertone, but that one seems to be like a mid-tone orange. Two more shades left. We have E4, which I already tried this shade and I actually was not impressed by the shade at all. It just was not sticking or doing what I want. So I'll be very intrigued to really test that shade out. It swatches beautifully. It's a yellow, as you can see, but when I was trying to put it on my eye, it was not doing the business. Okay, and then the last shadow in this palette is E5, and this is an interesting, ooh, this is a very interesting shade. This is like a purple but with glitter. It looks to have purple, maybe some gold glitter in there as well. Very, like, look at that color scheme. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see if I can get this together. Cover up the elbows in case they ashy. Alrighty, so this is the full ABH Norvina Volume 3 swatched out. I am going to make it a mission to actually swatch them even better for you guys, either for a picture or in person. I like to do the in person and kind of slowly move my arm so you guys can really see any shifts. There's not very many shifts for you guys to see, to be quite honest. So I think I'm just going to do like a still for Instagram and just show you guys all of them, hopefully on my arm at once. This is a pretty palette and I can see so many different looks that can be made looking at this palette, whether it's just going by the row, going by the column, going by like three that happen to be next to each other. And that's what I loved about this palette. This palette really gave me so many different color combinations. I'm already loving the browns that were put in this palette because the undertones are very interesting. I mean, I don't even think I've ever seen a brown that's been so warm, had such a warm undertone that it literally looked red. It's looking pretty identical to the actual red. Like, it's just astounding to me. Even this like weird greeny poopy color, where do I get these colors? Like, it's, as you can see, I'm happy, which is a good thing because I already bought it and I can't return it. So I will definitely be doing a multi-look video with this. Let me know how many looks you want me to try and do. I'm feeling like I might try and do 10. Is that crazy? It's probably crazy, but I'm crazy, so what's new? I'm thinking I'm gonna do a 10 look with this baby. I feel like there's so many different color combinations that I can create with this palette and I just want to explore it. And then if I'm able to do 10, I'll definitely be able to hit all of these shadows and I will be able to give you guys a really thorough review, and an impartial review. I don't feel mad about the Norvina collection. I'm not happy about it either. I just picked the palette that looked like something that I would get use out of in my collection and that would be unique and bring something to my collection. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. Definitely, like I said, let me know if you guys want one, but I'm leaning towards doing a 10 look with this palette. I'm very happy and excited. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos lately. I hope it's not too much. I'm trying not to do too much, but you know, sometimes life just happens. As always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.